For the first time ever, Konami has officially made one of the three Egyptian gods an actual meta deck. You heard me right. But which of the three gods is it? The answer? It is the Winged Dragon of Ra. Yes, you heard me right. The Winged Dragon of Ra has officially gotten new support, in the newest upcoming core set, Immortal Phoenix, which we should be getting that release in the TCG sometime in, I want to say sometime in February next year. So there's plenty of time to discuss the set as time progresses. So there are 10 cards that have been added to this archetype, if you will, and I'm not gonna waste any time. I'm just gonna get straight into it. So let us kick things off with the Sun God's Poet Helpoemer. So they've basically turned the Winged Dragon Ra into a Sun God archetype. So this is essentially a fusion-based archetype, and there are two fusions in this archetype that have basically made the Winged Dragon Ra very broken. So Helpoemer is a 5-star Dark Fiend with 2,000 attack, 1,400 defense, and all three of its effects are once per turn. The first effect reads: you can discard one other card, special summon this card from your hand. Second effect reads: if this card is special summoned, you can add one Sun God card from your deck to your hand, except this card. Then if your opponent's life points are at least 2,000 or higher than yours, you can discard one random card from their hand. Third effect reads: during the end phase, if a mortal Sun God was sent to your grave this turn, you can add this card from your grave to your hand. Okay, so I believe Sun God Unification can actually be used in this deck because of the fact that it's support for the Winged Dragon Ra. And the last time we got any support for the Winged Dragon Ra, I believe it was back in the set Legendary Duels Immortal Destiny, and that was where we got the support for the Winged Dragon Ra. But even at that time, Ra wasn't even that good. Yeah, sure, its effects were decent, but the only way that the archetype was good was if it was turned into an actual meta deck, but hardly anybody played it. So this time around, with all the new support that we've gotten for the Winged Dragon Ra over the years, whether it was the Winged Dragon Ra Sphere mode, Immortal Phoenix, Sun God Unification, and pretty much like all the new shit that we got for the Winged Dragon Ra at that time will basically be a complete archetype that will be added to these new cards. But what's cool about this is that it's basically as a Cyber Dragon. You get to search your deck for any Sun God card, so you can add the True Sun God Unification. You can even also add as well any of the other new cards that's in this to your hand, and because that your opponent's life points will be 2,000 or more than yours, you'll basically be able to essentially rip a card out of the opponent's hand. So if your opponent has, let's say, a copy of, let's say they have Ash Blossom in their hand, and they didn't get the chance to use it last turn, and they couldn't use it again during your turn, guess what? Once it gets ripped out, they ultimately just lose. Excuse me. And then with its third effect, if it's in the graveyard, if Helpawimmer is in the grave, you can add it back to your hand from your grave, and repeat the cycle over and over again, which is excuse me, which is absolutely insane. Next up, we've got the Sun God's Destructor, Makiora. So yeah, Makiora. So these are basically retrains of old cards that were used by Merrick during the Battle City Finals. So again, there's Helpawimmer, there's Makiora the Destructor, there's also Gilgarth, as well as Visor Death Shock, Visor Death, and then of course Lava Golem, the Winged Dragon Raw. So there are going to be retrains, if you will, of these cards, which are going to be nasty. So Makiora, 4-star Dark Warrior, 1600 attack, 1200 defense, and both of its effects are once per turn. The first effect reads: if this card is normal or special summon, you or sent from your hand or field to the grave, you can set one Sun God spell or trap from your hand or deck. If it is a quick play spell or trap, it can be activated this turn. Second effect reads: during the end phase, if a mortal Sun God was sent to your grave this turn, you can add this card from your grave to your hand. So I believe they all have the same last effect. Yes. All four have the same last effect, where you can add the monsters from the grave to the hand, which is absolutely nasty. So I won't be revealing. I won't be talking about the last effect. I'll only be talking about like the first and second effects, if these have more than two. So Makiora basically on summon acts as sort of like a Stratos, where instead of adding it to your hand, you get to send a Sun God spell or trap to your back row. Excuse me, which ultimately will allow you to activate it on the same turn. So if you end up searching out for, like, let's say a Sun God Floodgate, you can instantly activate it right off the bat. If you end up searching for a quick play spell, and it ends up being a way to summon out the Winged Dragon Raw or something like that, then you are allowed to use it, which is absolutely nuts. Excuse me. Next up, we've got the Sun God's Terror Machine, Gilgarth. Four-star Dark Fiend, 1800 attack, 1200 defense. All three of its effects are once per turn, and the third effect is the exact same. So the first effect reads: if you control a Sun God card, you can special summon this card from your hand. Second effect reads: you contribute this card, then target one other card in either grave. Send one Sun God card from your deck to the grave, and if you do, place the targeted card on the bottom of the deck. Okay, so here's the funny thing, right? Here's what's very funny. You can target your opponent's Garnet, if you will, put it on the bottom of their deck, and if they end up having a card that lets them add a card to their hand and then shuffle and then draw a card, once they've drawn their Garnet, they've basically bricked. But what's cool about Gilgarth is that you don't have to add a card from their grave to their deck. You can add a card from your grave to your deck, excuse me, which will allow you to search it back out and use its effect again, depending on what that card is, which is absolutely nuts. Next up, we've got the Sun God's torture device, Visor Death Shock. I think it's safe to say that this definitely looks like a torture device. Kind of looks like something out of like the 1800s or something. Kind of freaky looking. 4-star Dark Fiend, 800 attack, 1200 defense. The first and third effects are both once per turn, and again the third effect is the exact same. First effect reads: if a monster is sent from your opponent's grave, is sent to your opponent's grave, and you control a Sun God card. Even during the damage step, you can special summon this card from your hand, and if you do, return one of the card on the field to the hand or extra deck, and if you do, inflict 800 damage to your opponent. The second effect says that it cannot be destroyed by battle. So this is basically Spirit Reaper on steroids. Literally, that's literally all it is. Being able to compulse a card excuse me, back to the opponent's hand or the extra deck and deal them damage is nuts. Especially if your opponent's life points are at least 700, that this card could in that scenario deal the final blow, which is absolutely nasty. I will say though, the fact that this card can't be destroyed in battle is horrendously nuts. The only downside is that if your opponent activates Dark Ruler no more, if they activate Imperm on their turn, there's really not much you can do unless if you have a way to bounce it back to your hand, in which case it's all well and good. But I'm pretty sure that there's gonna be a lot of players out there that will add a bunch of like older cards from the days of like Go format, Edison format, compulsory, compulse, maybe I don't know, maybe throw in some I don't know. I guess maybe something like Deck Devi, maybe like Deck Devi or something like that. I don't know. Excuse me. I think I think people will probably throw in Deck. Okay, I'm pretty sure you guys saw that, but my light flickered. I don't know why. I apologize for that, you guys. But anyway, I'm pretty sure that not Konami players will probably throw in something like not compulsory, Deck Devastation Virus for the Helpowemmer, because if they special summon Helpowemmer and they have Deck Devi in hand, they can set the Deck Devi, and if it goes against like a deck like let's say Yummy for example, then I think it's pretty much done. Next up, we have the Sun God of Darkness, the Winged Dragon of Ra. So the Winged Dragon of Ra has its own fusion, which looks absolutely insanely cool. Like, absolutely nuts. Konami did an amazing job with the artwork, and it's actually getting an overframe. And if you guys notice, I'll try and zoom in a little bit. Right there in the middle, that's Merrick. that basically resembles Merrick from the Battle City Finals, or I guess rather his semifinal match where he fused himself with the Wayne Dragon of Raw, which is absolutely it was pretty badass. I will say. But it is a 10-star divine beast fusion. Try saying that 5 times fast. With question mark attack and defense, and it requires the Winged Dragon Raw plus 3 Sun God monsters, and it has 3 separate effects. The first one reads that it is unaffected by other cards' effects. So cards like Dark Ruler No More, Imperm, anything that targets, that banishes, or anything like that, this card is unaffected. So no matter what your opponent tries to do, if they attempt to negate this card, it's completely unaffected, which is broken. Second effect reads, once per turn during the main phase, as a quick effect, you can discard any number of Sun God cards, then choose that many of your opponent's occupied main monster zones. Make your opponent send the monster in those zones to the grave. Third effect reads, when an attack is declared involving this card, you can pay life points so that you only have 1 left. This card gains attack and defense equal to the amount of life points paid and the total attack of all Sun God monsters currently in your grave. Okay, so you basically have yourself your win con. Because if you are able to Dark Ruler No More your opponent's board, this card is going to be the ultimate game changer. This will basically win you games every single time. Excuse me. And it doesn't matter if you're going first or if you're going second. It does not matter. For the most part, this deck, I can easily say that this deck is gonna make you want to go second. But if you're going first, there are ways you can that you can FCK your opponent. But I'm pretty sure that this other fusion might just end up being that one, which is known as the Sun God's Steel Cage Lava Golem. So this represents Joey's battle with Merrick, as Lava Golem sacrificed 2 of Joey's monsters to summon Lava Golem to Joey's side of the field in the Battle City Finals. So, Lava Golem is an 8-star Fire Fiend fusion with 3,000 attack, 2,500 defense, and requires 1 Sun God monster you control plus 2 face-up monsters on the field. So, essentially, this becomes your Super Poly target, which is absolutely insane. Let's see here. Cannot be used as fusion material, must either be fusion summon or special summon from your extra deck to your opponent's main monster zone by sending the above cards from either field to the grave. If you special summon it with the second method, you can only special summon once for the rest of this turn. You can only special summon this card once per turn this way, no matter which method you use. So ultimately, yes. In theory, yes, you can use Super Poly to summon this card to your opponent's field. But what's cool about this is that this is basically Lava Golem in the form of a fusion, because the effect reads, once per turn during your standby phase, take 1,000 damage. So if it gets summoned to your opponent's field, then they basically get dealt 1,000 damage, which is Which I mean that alone is just insane. That alone is insane. So I'm pretty sure that this might be the way you could FTK your opponent, but who knows? Who knows? Next up, we've got Immortal Sun God. Which is a quick play spell, and both of its effects are once per turn. The first effect reads: special summon one Winged Dragon Raw monster from your grave or banishment, ignoring in summoning condition. Then, if it is the Winged Dragon Raw, send it to the grave. And if you do, you can special summon one Winged Dragon Raw monster from your extra deck and send any monster summoned by this effect to the grave during the end phase. Second effect reads: during your main phase, if this card is in your grave, you can discard one Sun God card, add this card to your hand. So this is basically your fusion spell to summon out Sun God of Darkness, which could ultimately help you FTK your or I guess rather OTK your opponent. But it just depends on what the opponent's board looks like, because right now in this current format, right now it's literally everything and anything Mitsurugi, whether it's Yummy, Riziel, Clown Crew, Cool Tune, K9, literally every single archetype that has been released by Konami within the last complete calendar year has all worked with Mitsurugi, which is absolutely broken. So I'm pretty sure that within the next 5 months or so, before this set gets released, we are going to have a ban list where potentially the entire Mitsurugi archetype will get nuked. If that is the case, this archetype is going to be the new meta, not only in the competitive TCG for modern Yu-Gi-Oh, but it'll also be broken on Master Duel, which I just might play. I might play, like, low key. I might play this deck on Master Duel just to see how it works, because honestly, I have a feeling that the Winged Dragon Raw is going to destroy the meta like it's nothing. Next up, we've got the Sun God leading down into darkness. So this is one that resembles the Battle City Finals, which looks amazing because you got the Immortal Phoenix attempting to destroy Guilford the Lightning, which that duel, if you guys saw those episodes, it was a banger. It was quite the banger. So it is a continuous spell, and it says to activate this card by sending one Winged Dragon Raw monster from your hand, deck, or face of field to the grave. You can only, and both of its effects are once per turn. The first effect reads: during your main phase, if this card was activated this turn, you can add one Sun God monster from your deck to your hand. Second effect reads: if a monster is destroyed by battle, inflict damage to its controller equal to its original attack. Then, if you have the Winged Dragon Raw in your grave, you gain 1,000 life points. So this ultimately can help ensure that you OTK your opponent by dealing them so much damage in a single turn that once you deliver the final blow, there's nothing that the opponent can do, which is kind of cracked. But the fact that but I mean this ultimately is like your Rhoda / Floodgate for the entire deck, which is for all intensive purposes, this card is nuts. Just being completely real. Excuse me. Next up, we've got Sun God Domination. Not Sun God Unification, Sun God Domination. There's a difference. And I can easily tell why it's called Domination. I can easily tell. I can easily tell. Like, you cannot deny that there's a good reason for it. But it is a normal trap with both of its effects being a once per turn. The first effect reads, if a Winged Dragon Raw monster is on the field, apply these effects in sequence. Special summon a monster from each grave to your field, and if the Winged Dragon Raw is on your field, take control of all monsters your opponent controls. Dude, this is this is exactly what I was talking about. OTKing your opponent to where you can literally just deal them the final blow with their own monster, which is very funny. Second effect reads, you can banish this card from your grave and tribute one Winged Dragon Raw monster, gain life points equal to the attack it had on the field. Think about this, okay? Think about this. You're down to 1 life point, and the Winged Dragon Raw has, let's say, just as a random example, 9,999 attack. Let's say that. The moment you tribute the Winged Dragon Raw, you gain back that many life points, and you're going to be having 10,000 life points. Not much else to say about it. Enough said. But that brings us to the final card of the video, and before we do get to the final card, I do want to announce that Konami has given us an alternate art for the Winged Dragon Raw Immortal Phoenix, which it looks okay. It looks okay. I'm not gonna lie, it's nothing compared to the original art, but still it's pretty cool. So the final card of the video is the Sun God's Protector Egyptian God Slime. Which is a continuous trap with the effect being a once per turn that reads, special summon this card in defense as an effect monster, which is a 10-star water aqua with 3,000 attack and defense, and it's also still a trap with these effects. If it is special summoned, you can add 1 Sun God card from your deck to your hand. Then, if it's a monster, and this card is then if it is a monster and this card is your opponent's turn. Okay, I think I get it now. I thought that they worded that one differently. Let's restart that. If it is special summon, if it is special summon, you can add 1 Sun God card from your deck to your hand. Then if it is a monster and this is your opponent's turn, you can special summon it. The other effect reads that it cannot be destroyed by card effects. I'm going to close out this video by saying this. We're going to be in a format where the Winged Dragon Raw could very may well be the next dominant deck that will not only destroy the meta, but will make the meta very interesting. I don't know if that's really going to be the case, because obviously we are still months away from its official TCG release, but I'm pretty sure that we're going to see this deck become one of the most powerful decks we have ever seen in a very long time. So with that being said, that will do it for today's video. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys want more card discussions in the future, then be sure to subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and as always, be sure to follow me on all of my social media. All of my ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.